Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is my Do Something and Report It project. So for this project, we were tasked with basically a mini home energy audit. To start, my house is located in St. Paul, built in 1929. 4 people live here, including my dog and myself. 1,700 square feet about. Some of the electrical was replaced 4 years ago. There's no insulation in the walls, but there is insulation in the attic that was replaced 8 years ago. But still, it's a pretty old house, so probably not as energy efficient as some newer homes. The average home in the US uses about 914 kilowatt hours per month. For Minnesota, this is a little bit less. We use about 817 kilowatt hours per month. Probably a reason for that is our reliance on natural gas for things such as heating and cooking. And some of the biggest electricity users in the home are typically refrigeration, washing and drying units, dehumidifiers, dishwashers, game consoles, and heating elements. So for my testing procedure, I have tested 8 devices around the house, 4 of which are variable power devices and 4 have constant power. The constant power devices I measured with a kilowatt meter for about 30 seconds and wrote down the watts it showed. For the variable power devices, I measured the kilowatt hours for over a day and then used the exact time that it showed on the meter to calculate the average wattage. So the constant power devices I measured were a lamp with an LED bulb that said it used about 5 watts. I used a kilowatt meter to verify this, and it was true. It used 5 watts. And I measured a chandelier that had 3 40-watt bulbs. I also measured the toaster, both when it was on and off. The toaster did draw 1 watt while it was off and about 885 watts while it was on. And I also measured our TV when it was on and off. It didn't use any power when it was off, but it did use 97 watts while it was on. The variable power devices I measured were dehumidifiers, refrigerator, and phone charger. So for all of these devices, I measured them for over a day. And specifically for the phone charger, I fully charged my phone about once during that time, so I would say that's the power it takes to fully charge my phone. And I logged daily how many hours each device was used. For all the variable power devices, they were plugged in pretty much 24/7. And besides that, the TV was the most used appliance. So I calculated the data using Google Sheets. For the variable power devices, kilowatt hours was divided by the hours to get the average kilowatts, or watts as it shows in the data table. So here is my energy use data table. You can see there are the 8 devices. The biggest user of energy was the refrigerator. Overall, the average total kilowatt hours per month was about 88.3. From the 8 devices, 88.3 kilowatt hours per month were used. This is about 10% of the average monthly energy that it is said a typical Minnesotan home uses. Some of these appliances used more energy than I would have expected, such as the chandelier with the incandescent bulbs, the toaster, and the dehumidifiers. And also, like I said, this represents probably only about 10% of the energy use actually used in the home. So likely other appliances that use more energy than these devices are the dishwasher, washing and drying units, game consoles, microwave, and coffee maker. And other lights are used more often, and we have another TV. So in sum, the average total energy use in a day for these devices was 2.9 kilowatt hours. The average total energy use in a month was 88.3 kilowatt hours. The biggest users of energy were the refrigerator, the piano dehumidifier, and the TV. The toaster was the only device with phantom power, which was about 1 watt. And just kind of surprised me how the incandescent bulbs in the chandelier used way more energy than the LED bulb in the lamp. So improvements that I can think of are switching all of the incandescent bulbs to LEDs, unplug devices that have phantom power when they're not in use, such as the toaster, and limiting my use of the TV, so like watching videos on my phone or my laptop instead of on the TV, and also taking advantage of natural light when it's possible so I don't have to turn on lights unnecessarily. And that is the end of my Do Something and Report It project. Thank you.